We have another NHL trade to discuss, this time between the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers. I'll give you all the details coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as I mentioned off the top, we have another trade here to discuss today, this time between the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers. Now, as you likely recall, these two teams hooked up not too long ago on a deal at last year's NHL trade deadline involving Rick Nash going to the Boston Bruins. Now, today's trade involves a swap of defensemen, with the Boston Bruins sending veteran defenseman Adam McQuaid to the New York Rangers. In return, the Boston Bruins received defenseman Steven Kampfer, a 4th-round pick, as well as a conditional 7th-round pick. As we mentioned here in the video the other day, the Boston Bruins did have a lot of defensemen under contract, plus they also have some other guys coming to camp on professional tryouts, like defenseman Mark Fayne. As I also mentioned before, there was a video put out by B&G Hockey, who covers the Bruins quite closely, the other day comparing Adam McQuaid to Mark Fayne and saying even though they brought in Fayne on a PTO, realistically he could probably do McQuaid's job at a much cheaper price, and it wasn't all that unrealistic to consider the fact that maybe they would move McQuaid and offer Fayne a contract if he looks good in training camp. That very well could happen now with Adam McQuaid being sent off to the New York Rangers. Now, I think this is a good pickup for the Rangers. Obviously, they have some holes on defense. After everything the Rangers went through last year, there certainly are some holes on that blue line. They had a lot of younger, inexperienced guys on that back end, and having a guy like McQuaid with all his experience, if he can stay healthy especially, will certainly provide us a veteran presence back there on that blue line. Obviously, Adam McQuaid's been a pretty solid guy for the Boston Bruins, been around now for about 10 years, the native of Charlottetown, PEI. He's had a pretty solid NHL career, but he has had a hard time staying healthy in recent years, often being injured and missing significant periods of time. Obviously, that's been the one drawback here on McQuaid's career so far as a Boston Bruin. So we'll see what he can accomplish in the New York Rangers organization, but I do think that's a pretty solid pickup for the Rangers. Now, in Steven Kampfer, the Boston Bruins receive a 29-year-old defender who actually started his career with the Boston Bruins. He was originally drafted back in 2007 by the Anaheim Ducks, but he went the collegiate route playing for the University of Michigan, which is where he's from. He's a Michigan-born player. Near the end of his collegiate career, when he was getting closer to signing a pro contract, he was actually traded from the Ducks to the Bruins, signed his entry-level deal, played his first couple of years with the Bruins organization between Boston and the Providence Bruins. In the past, he's played 48 games with the Bruins, put up 12 points, while playing 40 games at their AHL affiliate and putting up 23 points. Now, since he left the Bruins, he's bounced around a bit between the Florida Panthers and New York Rangers, and has now made his return back to the Bruins organization. Now, obviously, with the amount of depth the Bruins have on defense, there's a pretty good possibility here that Steven Kampfer very well could spend some time again at the American Hockey League level, but he has proven that he can be an NHL defenseman here at times throughout his career. He's still young enough at 29 years old, has a low cap hit of only $650,000, so obviously he could very well be a decent utility defenseman here for the Bruins throughout the year, especially in case they run into any injury problems. So obviously this is the second NHL trade we've had in 2 days. Obviously this is a much smaller, lower magnitude deal compared to the Vegas deal for Max Pacioretty yesterday. However, could we possibly see the trade gates kind of open up here a little bit as teams prepare to open training camps and want to get some of this business taken care of before they get their seasons underway? So leave your comments down below. What do you think of this deal? And do you think we're going to see more trades here as the week goes on as we approach NHL training camps? If you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there's plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button as well. I'd appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time.